8 Muslim-majority countries have condemned Israel's rejection of a new roadmap for the second phase of US President Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, Pakistan, Indonesia, Turkey, Qatar and the United Arab Emirates issued a joint statement on Sunday. The foreign ministers said Israel's rejection directly undermines efforts to implement the plan and end the war in Gaza. They called on the United States to remain actively engaged and ensure that all parties fulfill their commitments. The 8 countries also rejected any attempt to deny Palestinian statehood. They said a lasting peace requires a two-state solution with an independent Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders and East Jerusalem as its capital. The second phase roadmap envisions the disarmament of Hamas alongside the withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. It also envisions an international stabilization force and the transfer of administrative authority to a Palestinian technocratic committee. Meanwhile, Hamas has asked the border peace and mediating countries to press Israel to accept the roadmap. The appeal came after Hamas leaders held talks with US President Donald Trump's envoy Jared Kushner in Egypt. Hamas said it had reaffirmed its acceptance of the second phase of Trump's plan. The group also called for an end to Israeli military operations and incursions, a full Israeli withdrawal, and a greater humanitarian aid. Kushner is expected to travel to Tel Aviv on Monday for talks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The meeting comes as Washington tries to bridge differences over the next stage of the peace plan. Netanyahu has maintained that Hamas must give up its weapons and military infrastructure before any Israeli further withdrawal. The Israeli government has also rejected the current form of the roadmap as unacceptable. Kushner has reportedly reiterated that the Trump administration opposes the displacement of Gaza's residents. At the same time, Washington insists that Hamas must give up its weapons and have no future role in governing Gaza. Kushner also met Egyptian president after his talks with Hamas. Egypt, Qatar and Turkey remain key mediators as the United States pushes to keep the ceasefire and the process moving. The diplomatic push comes as the second phase of Trump's plan faces a major standoff. Muslim countries are demanding implementation, Hamas is seeking pressure on Israel, and Israel continues to insist on Hamas disarmament. The focus now shifts to Kushner's meeting with Netanyahu and whether Washington can narrow the differences. The next stage will depend on agreement over disarmament, Israeli withdrawal, Gaza's future governance, and the delivery of aid and reconstruction. Bureau Report, NewsX World.